The 5 red lights for the Chinese Grand Prix. Soul Demon on the right, Kai on the left. And the lights are out and we're on the way for the Chinese Grand Prix. And Soul Demon immediately cover off the Haas of Kai and takes the lead into turn 1. If you're done with a good start, goes around the outside of Kai, losing out more positions then as he finds himself inside the Williams of Sketchy Crib. Kai seems to be having a few connection issues as they're still going wheel to wheel through turn 3 as the Haas drifts out a little bit wide. And he's lost the position to the McLaren. Soul Demon out in front has already got 8 tenths to the McLaren. Kai still remaining in P3. Down to P4 as Sapphire finds himself in P4 right behind Sketchy Crib. There's a bit of contact with Shark and Wardy with a great start. He's up to P5 from 9th on the grid. 4 positions gained for the man second in the championship. S12 in P6. Shark in 7th and the 2 Red Bulls in 8 and 9. And Tolu is up to P10. He's gained 3 places then. And Jumpy Painter P11 and the 2 Mercedes. And Kai, he's dropped behind massively. Down to P17. The other Williams, still Sketchy Grip, gonna make the move up the inside in the hairpin. And he's gonna get past EVR Thomas. So a great opening lap for Sketchy Grip. Oh, big moment again for the McLaren. Sketchy Grip, P5 to P2. But 2 seconds already behind the Kicksauber of Soul Demon, who leads out in front as we start the second lap. Now has his teammate for company up the inside. Wardy struggling for grip on the outside. Tolu wheel to wheel. Our championship rivals. Tolu will have the outside line for the next corner. Wardy on the inside. Who is going to break the latest? Tolu tries to go the long way around the outside, but Wardy has the better traction for now. And he is going to stay ahead of Tolu. Like you see Kieran going up the inside of Wardy. Wardy's dropped behind massively down to P11. Behind Jumpy Painter and Tolu. And now behind the Ferrari of Kieran. He had a great opening lap where he was up to P5. But now he finds himself all the way down in P11. So not the start the Haas team would have hoped for. Both drivers outside the top 10. And Tolu has been overtaken by the Ferrari. As Critical Skills has got past Wardy now. And he's up to P11. And Wardy drops further down the order. But Critical Skills with a moment on the exit of turn 15. And here comes Jesus up the inside. We almost go 3 wide into turn 1. Can't go well. Jesus trying to go for the double overtake as we go wheel to wheel on the inside of Critical Skills. But Critical Skills will now have the inside for turn 3 as we still go wheel to wheel. The Mercedes now on the outside, but I think Critical Skills has got it covered, and he has. But Jesus with the better exit now on the inside for the next corner. Can he finally pull it off into the braking zone of turn 6? On the inside still fighting it out of wheel to wheel. Critical Skills, bit of contact. And finally Jesus has got the job done. Double gap now 8.5 seconds. Yellow flags are out. And is that Wardy with Mahmoudev? It is Wardy who has spun with Mahmoudev. Wardy's down to P17. That is huge for this championship fight. He had a great opening few laps, but Wardy now finds himself at the back of the grid. And Sapphire up the inside of Tomo into turn 5. Bit of contact on the exit as Tomo struggled for traction. And he is going to stay ahead of Sapphire. How long until it's going to dry up? And Jumpy Paint is going to have to go up the inside of Lennon's. Up the inside, bit of contact between the two. We'll have the outside line for the next turn, and there's a bit of contact again. But he has got the job done. Jumpy Painter has got ahead of Lennon's. Was a bit of contact though between the two. In the end, he got it done as Shark has had a moment out of the final corner. I think he's hit the wall because he's got front wing damage. So Sapphire and Jumpy Painter go wheel to wheel, but Sapphire stays ahead now. Jumpy Painter with a better traction though, up the inside. And he's going to get ahead. Up to P3 he goes. Sapphire almost trying to go for the switchback, but couldn't quite do it as R5 Wall has gone on to the hards. And we are going to keep an eye out on his lap times. Well, certainly right now they are definitely not quicker than the intermediates. It is going to take a few laps. And Soul Demon is going to pull to the pit lane regardless. He's got 16 seconds. So he has quite a bit of a margin. But slicks are not quick enough. Tomo into the pit lane, Jumpy Painter into the pit lane, he goes for a double stack, but his teammate runs wide into the pit lane entry. Lennons, Total, they're all pulling into the pit lane. Whoa, that was S12 nearly into the wall. Oh, the pit entry. That was very close. And Sketchy Grip is continuing on. And Soul Demon has come out of the pit lane just ahead of him. But look how much he is struggling for grip. And yellow flags are out. Choppy Painter on the pit exit. Losing control and spinning out into the wall. I don't think he's got front wing damage. But he has lost a lot of time with that. And that is going to give him flashbacks to Monza, where he did the exact same thing at the start of the race. So this might be the transition lap when he's going off. Soul Demon has gone off and Sketchy Grip has taken the lead. As Tomo has got a penalty and Tomo's into the wall. On the exit of turn 13 has lost it. And the McLaren driver finds the barrier. Front wing damage for good measure and he's down to P13. I mean, Soul Demon leads, but look who is in second place. Tolu finds himself in second from 13th on the grid. He's done it again. Although at this point he's definitely not in the fight for a race win because Soul Demon is around 18 seconds up the road. But still a remarkable drive so far from the Alpine. While his championship rival Wardy is out of the points in P16. As Touristeri goes fastest, 36.4, trying to find a way past Kieran. Can't quite do it, looking at the Ferrari out of shape and spinning around goes Kieran, saves the car, but loses the position. Down to P8. On the exit once again, the Ferrari driver struggling for traction there, losing out both Sly DJ and Jesus as well, a bit of contact between the two. And Kieran down into P10. Trying to fight with Jesus, but he just does not have the traction at all. So both Mercedes up one place. And they will get P7 at least as well, because Twisteri has got a 3-second time penalty. And that is Kieran out of the race, into the wall. And safety cars out, safety cars being deployed on lap 22 of 28. And this is gonna spice up this race. And Tolu, or Soul Demon, must be extremely frustrated with that. Because he was in control of this race up until this point. And now all the good work has become undone. Because the gap of 17 seconds will shrink all the way down to 0. But Soul Demon, he's gone. He's got 8 tenths. As we go on to lap 26 of 28 for green flag racing till the end. Soul Demon leads and he's going to want to have to build a gap of over a second on this lap. So he's going to have to push a little bit. To Twisteri and Jesus, who's already under pressure from Tolu, having half a look at the inside of turn 3. But can't quite pull it off just yet. Now on the exit, might go for a switchback. Try and cut underneath the Mercedes. And he does, pull alongside, but will have the outside line for the next turn. But with a better grip is trying to go the long way around the outside. Bit of contact between the championship rivals of last season. Tolu now on the inside of Jesus. As we go wheel to wheel into turn 7. Jesus on the outside still. Staying wheel to wheel up the inside of turn 8. And Jesus stays ahead of Tolu. What a move from the Mercedes. And Tolu is getting held up more as S12 VoIP has gone off in the Williams. He's down in 16th place. He won't score any points with that and is visibly annoyed with whatever happened. Meanwhile, Soul Demon has built a gap of almost 1.5 seconds. And Jesus, with the ERS advantage, stays ahead. Tolu back into the slipstream. Now pulls to the inside. And he's going to finally clear the Mercedes to put himself into P3 as Mahmoudev also possibly having a go at the Ferrari. But that is a cent and a half of Lenz up the inside. Way too deep into the side of the Mercedes. And that's an illegal overtake if I've ever seen one. As that was literally a push to pass from Lennons on Jesus. He's up to P4 though, and Jesus down to P5. And Soul Demon is going to round into the final corner of the final lap of the race. He's led from start to finish with a dominant performance. Soul Demon wins in Shanghai, and what a race. As Tolu gets the fastest lap on the final lap, he is going to finish second. Sapphire steals away the point for the fastest lap. Twisteri rounds off the podium by just 300ths of a second to his teammate Lennons in P4. Sapphire will finish in P5. I think it was Jesus in P6, but man, what a performance from Soul Demon. Absolute domination. And next week we will go to the Middle East for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.